Thank you for joining us for the Spotlight on Pharmaceutical Business for MCPHS. My name is Tim Ryan, and I am one of the Assistant Directors of Admission, working with prospective freshmen. And I would like to introduce the professor and student who will be joining with me today for our panel to give you a little bit of insight about the major of pharmaceutical business and the program that's offered at MCPHS. So with us today, I have Professor Phyllis Barron, a professor in our pharmaceutical business program, and a student, Joshua Kalfas. I'll first have them introduce themselves, and then I have some questions that hopefully will allow you to see a little bit more about what it's like to be a student in the pharmaceutical business program. So Professor Barron, can you introduce yourself?
Hello, I'm Professor Barron. I teach on the Boston campus in the pharmaceutical business program.
Wonderful, thanks. And Joshua?
Hi everyone, my name is Joshua Kalfas. I am a third-year pharmaceutical business student on the Boston campus, and I intend on graduating in the spring of this year.
Excellent. So we'll get right into the questions. And the first question will be for you, Professor Barron. Can you please describe the strengths of our pharmaceutical business program and what makes it the best choice for students?
This is really a very unique program for students. We actually prepare them professionally to enter the pharmaceutical industry. We are really one of the few programs in the country that prepare students with scientific and business knowledge. Students' preparation includes 6 science courses, along with a full range of business courses, which allows them to fully understand and participate in the pharmaceutical industry. We offer small classes and out-of-classroom support services, both academically and emotionally. We have great students in this program.
Yes, wonderful. And one of those great students, of course, is Joshua. Joshua, can you tell us a little bit about why you chose MCPHS?
Yeah, of course. So as Professor Barron mentioned before, MCP has a lot of very unique opportunities to specialize in virtually all areas of healthcare. And so initially I was interested in MCPHS because of that unique background. The university has a very highly positive reputation and is constantly recognized for its contribution to all areas of health. But one of the things that really stood out to me in addition to that was the environment. When I attended Accepted Students Day, granted that it was on campus, the first thing I noticed was the diversity of the student body. And I think because healthcare encompasses many patient populations, inclusive of different religious, ethnicity, race, sexuality, gender backgrounds, it's really important to gain this level of cultural awareness and a sense of empathy. And I noticed before I came on campus and throughout my time here that MCP does exactly that and a very good job with it.
Awesome, thank you. Yeah, MCPHS is a really fantastic place. Professor Barron, can you tell us what you most enjoy about teaching at MCPHS?
This is a wonderful school to teach at. The environment is friendly and cooperative. We have a diverse student population and staff from all over the world. Our classroom and professional meetings are open to really broad conversations, and we have a lot of diverse thinking that goes on issues, and it allows us each to grow and learn from one another. We have new classrooms and we have enhanced technology. The professors that teach here, which is why one of the reasons I love to teach here besides the students, are really dedicated to the students that they teach. And they care about their achievements, and each of them are experienced in their fields of study. Everyone's on the same team, willing to help one another and help the students succeed in their career goals. It's a great place to work.
Yeah, that commitment to student success is something that I'm hearing, not just about our pharmaceutical business program, but really all of our professors throughout the university. So it's really great to hear. Joshua, can you share with us some examples of how your program has prepared you for your career in healthcare?
Yeah, totally. That's a great question as well. A lot of the program or business programs that I'm taking currently not only include the pharmaceutical business students, but also students from many other majors. I have pharmacy students, pre-medical, dental hygiene students in my classes, and I feel that MCPHS does a really good job of creating this sort of inclusive and collaborative environment among different future healthcare leaders. And that's highly representative of what the healthcare industry, especially in the United States, does look like. And so in addition to that, my program is definitely a smaller course size and has professors teach a multitude of courses. So I've had Professor Barron for a lot of my courses, and to me that really represents and acknowledges the wide skill set that I'll need to be successful in the healthcare industry. And so just acknowledging that I'll be able to take all the skills that I learned in my program, the soft skills as well as the hard skills that are more academic focused, and apply those to specifically in healthcare, because that is what our university is focused around, really has allowed me to be more confident and more comfortable in any opportunity I decide to take during my time in undergrad, as well as future career opportunities.
Awesome. Professor Barron, the next question is for you. Can you provide some examples of accomplishments, appointments, or accolades for faculty, you and other faculty within the pharmaceutical business department?
You know, the faculty that are hired have industry expertise in the pharmaceutical business program. And we all bring that expertise into the classroom. What the students benefit from are real life experiences that we have. For example, I was a senior vice president of Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Massachusetts. And the many years of been in healthcare, I've been able to bring real life experiences along with the academic learning to students. We have professors who are very knowledgeable in their field and are able to share that information with students in a real life way. And I think that's really important.
Yeah, I think that's really crucial, not just that knowledge, but also that experience and the wisdom that comes from it. So that's fantastic to hear. Joshua, what are your, do you know what your plans are for following graduation? What are your plans?
Yes, of course. So once I graduate from MCP, I do intend on going to graduate study. I intend to pursue a Master's of Public Health concentrating in health policy as well as epidemiology.
Awesome. Wonderful. Professor Barron, are there any tracks or additional opportunities other than the BS in pharmaceutical sciences that students should be considering at MCPHS?
Well, you know, we have a large alumni database, and students have the opportunity to join in intimate conversations with past alumni, understand what the jobs are that they're doing. Some of them even turn into mentors for our students. And, you know, this really provides students with a networking opportunity, internships, and future job opportunities. It's really wonderful. There are a number of clubs that students can participate in based on their own particular interests. And there are courses throughout the university that students can take as electives, which are really very broad.
Yes, tons of opportunities for elective courses, cross-registration with our colleagues in the colleges of the Fenway. So there are a lot of opportunities, as you mentioned. And Professor Barron talked a little bit about clubs. Joshua, can you tell us about your outside of the classroom activities, whether they be clubs or organizations, internships, volunteer opportunities, anything like that that you might be involved in outside of the classroom?
Yeah, of course. So I've taken definitely a more academic approach to my experiences outside of the classroom. In my free time, I work as a calculus tutor at the university, as well as I'm part of the peer mentor program. I'm a senior peer mentor this year. And just briefly, that role, the capacity I work in is getting students, first year students introduced to MCPHS, as well as all the academic and community resources that we have to offer, and additionally helping them navigate through their first year courses, as well as exploring potential future career opportunities and regarding volunteer, my most recent volunteer experience was this past summer. I actually worked on a global team remotely, of course, through the United Nations. And really my role in that capacity was to develop a grant proposal for children in Cameroon who have been displaced and haven't been able to continue their education due to the ongoing political crisis. And so I was really able to offer my expertise in entrepreneurship as well as health and nutrition to sort of develop marketing and sales strategies for those children, really so they can be creative and still learn given the situation. And I think especially the pharmaceutical business program has helped me prepare for that more global approach to healthcare and identifying those creative solutions. And so I'm very grateful for those opportunities and would not have been able to pursue any of those things I took on outside the classroom without the skills that I've gained through my degree so far.
Awesome. Those sound like some phenomenal opportunities you've been able to take advantage of. So that's great. Professor Barron, the last question that I have for you is, can you share some examples of student outcomes in pharmaceutical business after a student has successfully completed the program with us at MCPHS?
You know, when the students leave our program, they're really trained professionals, and they can go right into the pharmaceutical industry with a sense of confidence that they know that they have the skill and knowledge to be successful and grow in their careers. There are some students that go on to graduate school. Many of our former students have gone into sales and marketing, project management, large managerial positions, research, product management, just to name a few. They leave skilled and go into a diverse number of positions, and they're hired right away.
Yes, that's key is the the availability of those positions, but that broad array of different types of positions is also fantastic. So the last question for you, Joshua, is whether, for those that are watching out there, do you have any advice that you can offer prospective students who might be watching this presentation?
Of course. I think my biggest piece of advice to those currently watching would be to not worry about being too ambitious during your first year here at MCP. Our school has a very high drive, and many students have set extremely high goals for themselves throughout their time. And the university has so many different resources to offer, whether it be internships, volunteer work experience, some of the opportunities that I've taken as well. And so really to set yourself to a high standard and follow whatever your goals may be during your first year, the professors and staff here are more than willing to help and are very excited to see students who like to take advantage of different opportunities during their first year. And they'll help you in any way necessary. And so I think that students who are coming on campus or learning remotely all have the same opportunities of growth here. And so just to not worry about, like I mentioned before, being too ambitious and really to take any opportunity that you desire here.
Excellent. Thanks so much. So that's all that we have in terms of questions. I hope that this has been a little informative for those of you who are considering potentially pursuing the pharmaceutical business program here at MCPHS. And if you have any further questions, you can always reach out to us. We're more than happy to help get you the information that you need to help make those decisions. I want to thank Professor Phyllis Barron and Joshua Kalfas for their time. And thank you for your time and your interest in MCPHS. Have a great day.